as we take a look now at the tail of the tape presented by Corona, as we take a look now at his featherweight bout. And you see Vazquez, he started his pro career late. He's 11 years older. He also is conceding about 1.5 inches in the reach advantage. And coming into this, it is Kielczewski who feels that he is younger, stronger, and will be able to win this fight. We will see, of course. We take a look at the rules. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the ref can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The fight is official after 4. This is scheduled for 10. Let's go to arena announcer Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Memorial Auditorium here in Lowell, Massachusetts. Live on NBC, and this is Premier Boxing Champions. The action begins with 10 rounds in the featherweight division. The 3 judges ringside are Dan Fitzgerald, Kevin Hope, and John Matvis. And the referee in charge when the bell sounds, Arthur Mercanti. Introducing first out of the red corner, wearing the blue with the silver trim. His professional record, 16 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockout against 1 defeat. Fighting out of Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Rafael Vazquez. Across the ring, out of the blue corner, wearing the red and white as professional, 23 wins, 7 of those coming by KO against 1 defeat. Fighting out of Quincy, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ryan, the Polish Prince, Kielczewski.
Good evening, gentlemen. We ran over the rules in the locker room. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you.
And if you couldn't tell by the applause, Quincy is very close to Lowell as you hear the cheers for Ryan Kielczewski. He lost to Danny Aquino in April, bounced back though in May with the win. He said that was very important. Here's Rafael Vazquez, 37 years old, originally from Puerto Rico, makes his home now in Howard Beach, Queens, New York, and it's underway. It is scheduled for 10 rounds. And Kielczewski, as he told you yesterday, Ray, has to come out and try to establish himself. He knows Vazquez is a wily opponent.
He wants to, kind of settle himself down, but he's doing the right thing right now, keeping the fight in the center of the ring. Not against the ropes, not in the corner, which gives Vazquez a chance. Good body shot by Vazquez.
Vazquez talking about what a hungry fighter he was yesterday. He did not begin his pro career till he was 32 years old, and now at 37, he knows how precious every chance is. And this is a big moment for him, fighting a young, talented guy in his hometown, basically, BJ.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, Vazquez, he's definitely the bigger puncher. He's got the heavier hands. So, you know, if you're in Ryan's corner, you want to tell him, hey, get that left jab going early. Don't sit and get into opposing in a staring match with this guy. Let's get to work right out of the gate. So Ryan needs to get that left hand working.
Kielczewski getting ready for this fight. He was excited about it because it was going to be on national TV, and also because he actually was able to quit his jobs temporarily to devote all of his attention to a training camp, something that he hasn't been able to do, splitting time between 2 jobs, including construction.
You know, Kielczewski needs to keep that right hand up because Vazquez has a great left hook.
Vazquez using that hook, digging into the body.
Good point, Ray. Vazquez, you know, definitely a heavy-handed fighter, but his trademark punch is that left hook, and, you know, Kielczewski definitely needs to keep that right hand at home base and make sure he doesn't pull it away anytime Vazquez shows offense.
Vazquez gets a nice right, and he comes back with the left hook.
And what I know about Vazquez, his lead-off right hand, he always comes back with the left hook. Those 2 combinations are perfect.
Very sharp punching from Vazquez in the first round, Ray. You see, you know, he hasn't put a lot out there, but what he's put out there is landing. It's been very accurate. And those taunts and feints from Kielczewski can keep Vazquez honest. So very important that he lets the left hand go, he gets it working, but he also uses those taunts and feints to keep his opponent off balance. Nice.
Kielczewski with the nice combination, his best, and the crowd appreciates it.
See that little upper body movement, Kenny, from Kielczewski that he's doing kind of when he's on the outside? Just a little bit of upper body movement. Doesn't have to be anything major, but it freezes up Vazquez just a second to allow him to get off more offense.
Kielczewski, a man who turned pro at the age of 19, has a lot of amateur experience.
Good first round.
And he's shown poise here, taking some body shots from Vazquez and coming right back as round one is nearing the close. Rafael Vazquez. As we talked about, 37 years old, talked about what a hungry fighter and what a story he has gone through in his personal life. We welcome him, Paul Burmeister, with more. Paul.
Hey, Kenny, knowing what a boxer endures every single time he steps into the ring, it's not very often you can describe that time as the easiest or the least painful part of his day. But right now, for Rafael Vazquez, it's accurate.
She got autism. She was diagnosed for 4 months. It's emotional. She needs everything to me. She changed my life. I've done everything.
He also has the situation of his wife Sandra battling stage 4 cervical cancer right now. I had a chance to speak with her just before the fight. She said she's in the clinical trial portion of her medication. She receives chemotherapy twice per month, and with a confident smile, she said it's going well.
All right, thank you, Paul. What an inspiration Vazquez was at the fighter meeting yesterday, and you can see his socks with the colored, the puzzle fitting in, the fight against autism, as well as the blue trunks he wears to support all those fighting autism and support his 8-year-old daughter, Kayleen, as round 2 gets underway.
A good idea by Vazquez. Kenny comes right out and shoots a nice straight right hand to the body of Kielczewski. Good stuff. You know, if you're fighting a boxer and he's going to stand right in front of you like that, there's no reason why not to dig the body. Vazquez has got the heavier hand, so you know he's not going to have to track down Ryan quite as much as it maybe seemed like in the fighter meetings yesterday. So definitely attack that body.
Well, Kielczewski seems to be trying to release from that. A lot of movement here, not too many punches, a lot of hit backs.
But you see how the upper body movement is slowed down the attack of Vazquez a little bit. The upper body movement of Kielczewski.
Because he can't fit it into time.
He needs to be careful not to swing away and look for the home run to the head. Just dig that body. The body's not going to move.
Kielczewski.
Well, Kielczewski told me yesterday, he said, Ray, I'm going to make him miss, I'm going to make him miss, I'm going to make him pay.
He's been making miss more, Ray, here in this second round. And taking some shots here, trying to get that big shot in.
Well, Kenny, the upper body movement is making it quite difficult for Vazquez. He's giving him a lot of angles.
Now comes in with the left. Smart round so far for Ryan Kielczewski, the 26-year-old from nearby Quincy, Massachusetts. Now going back to the body is Vazquez. That's where he was most effective in the first round.
Good idea by Vazquez, but I think he's just, he's not being offensive enough, Kenny. He's got to go out there, even though it's a 10-round fight. He's got to set the pace and set up his attack.
Can Vazquez keep this pace up? Can he keep up the tempo?
Well, Vazquez hasn't shot too many punches, Ray. I mean, I think he's not really doing too much.
Well, I think he is, because of the shots to the body, and maybe no combinations yet, but he's putting his punches together.
And you wonder about his frustration, as you pointed out, as Kielczewski gets a nice body shot of his own, and he has certainly been the more aggressive fighter in here, and a fighter with a style switch up that has puzzled Vazquez.
The upper body movement's key, Kenny. We talked about that in the first round, and it's frozen Vazquez enough to get the combinations of Kielczewski off.
Strong round 2 for Ryan Kielczewski here in Lowell.
Do what I tell you don't do. You follow. If your legs are faster than you things like that happen when you see he on his heels. Yeah, I don't know if this worth anything, but he was breathing kind of hard. I think, he never went 10, so I think he's concerned about that. He's concerned about going 10. So this rest period seems forever. You're in shape, right? So let's push the pace a little bit. Especially when you're coming off a clinch or you're coming off an exchange, grab that middle. Right? Not only grab the middle. Go all center with your jab. If he happens to get on the inside, control his head. Get him on the
And we take a look at some of the good work by Kielczewski in that last round. Beautiful double hook. Started up top, raised the hand of Vazquez up, and then dug that left hook into the body. Nice combination and great idea by Kielczewski.
And that is a great combination. It's really a blinding shot. You go a left hook to the head, and then you come to the body. Same punch, same power.
And we eavesdropped in on the corner. Hector Bermudez telling Kielczewski he thinks that Vazquez can't go the distance. Steve Farhood with us, our historian and expert unofficial score. Kielczewski with a strong round in round number 2. Steve Smoger also with us, the Hall of Fame referee, standing at the ready should there be any questions.
I really like how Kielczewski's fighting in the second and third round, Kenny. He's really loosened up. You see him relaxed in there. He's taunting, he's feigning, and that's keeping Vazquez off balance. If it continues at this pace, I mean, Kielczewski's going to have an easy night. So he's got to make sure that he just stays focused and keeps firing out those combinations off his feints.
Let's check in with Paul.
It looks like Ryan is taking the fight to Rafael. Was that the plan going in?
Just to capitalize on his laziness. The more lazy he is, the more we're going to capitalize on it. But if he gets aggressive, we don't plan to punch with him.
What's the best thing Ryan's doing right now?
It's really not what Ryan's doing. It's really what Vazquez not doing.
Yeah. What is he not doing?
Not engaging. He's not engaging. He's not looking to fight. I don't know if something wrong with him or what. I know Vazquez very well, and this is not him.
All right, thanks, Paul. Kielczewski right now with his biggest, most powerful punches in this sequence, and Vazquez is puzzled and befuddled.
Kielczewski is so relaxed, so confident. His punches are with conviction. He knows where he is at all times. Good ring generalship. He's boxing. He's punching.
At least twice the number of punches right now. Kielczewski is not only throwing them, he's landing them, BJ.
Landing nice right hands, nice hooks, Kenny, and he's really got Vazquez confused, and he's really handcuffed. You see him walking with his hands up like that. He can't punch when he's in that position, and Kielczewski just really teeing off right now, Kenny.
And Kielczewski sliding in a nice little right there as they were moving away. He's coming at all angles on Vazquez.
Well, Kielczewski is totally controlling the tempo of the fight. He's doing what he wants to do. I think it's just an accumulation. It's just a matter of time.
Good body shot by Vazquez.
Vazquez, his best shot in this round.
Good work on the inside by both guys. Vazquez sunk in a nice left hook. Kielczewski a right hook to the body, then a nice short right uppercut. One of those old Mike Tyson signature combinations he used to use. Very nice.
Seconds ticking down. Kielczewski still troubling Vazquez. Boxing Champions on NBCSN is brought to you by Corona, who invites you to fight your fish.
That was a little too fast. I go into him. He's coming, he's right to land. Just go into him, slow the pace down. If you want, let him come in. Let him come in, good defense, and look at power. All right, no problem. You can let him come in. You got a little carry there, but anyway. Are you good with that? When you stop, you got okay? Yep. He needs to be set. You can keep boxing all day. Don't let him carry you to the back. Okay? Don't let him carry all the way around the ring. Go into him. Go to the back.
You know, the Polish Prince did some great work in the last round. You see him digging in those hooks to the body and then coupling back with that right hand to the body, coming from a lot of different angles, making it very difficult for Vazquez to defend all those punches coming from those directions, Ray.
And it's really, I mean, dropping. I mean, he turned, I mean, real combinations that are really solid. He's on balance.
It looks good so far. I've been impressed with his punch selection so far through the first 3 rounds. He's shot the right punches at the appropriate times, and you know, the pacing and the temperament looks really good so far.
A variation of punches, right, BJ?
And here in round 4, back to live action. Kielczewski in the red continues to control the fight. Vazquez has had problems trying to figure things out, and it's been Kielczewski so far all the way through. Steve Bartlett, unofficial score. How do you see it so far?
Well, Kenny, very easy to score. Vazquez clearly won the first round. Kielczewski even more clearly won the second and third. The punch output of Vazquez, just you can't give him the rounds because he's punching so little. So clearly only a point at this point, but Kielczewski up.
All right, thanks, Steve. And again, nice shots by Kielczewski. His father, Rick, who's his manager, took him at the age of 6 to the South Boston St. Patrick's Day boxing tournament. He's been a boxer since then. And now at 26, feels that his pro career is really settling in, getting ready to take off at 23-1, trying to extend that tonight against a tough opponent in Rafael Vazquez. An opponent, though, is not showing the experience that we thought he would, perhaps, in this fight against Kielczewski. He's been the one that has changed the tempo around after that first round of having trouble.
Kielczewski's moving in and out. He's getting angles. But I also put those hands up a little higher on Kielczewski.
Yeah, as a trainer, it would still make me nervous, Ray, seeing a guy with the power of Vazquez and Kielczewski getting a little too comfortable, but, you know, still boxing well. And some guys, you know, just feel more loose when their hands are low like that and you see things better. So, you know, maybe I'd be somewhere in the middle.
No, and I did that myself, but I was further away from my opponent.
Right. And if I'm in the corner of Vazquez here, I'm going to tell him, listen, you know, he's starting all of his combinations off with his left hand pretty much. His left hand is low. Look to counter him with that right hand off the jab. When he shoots that jab, you know, really catch him with that right hand and make him put that away and make him come up with a plan B. Because you're always better off putting a fighter's plan A in the backseat.
Well, plan B seems to be coming around a little bit for Vazquez as he's landed some nice shots here of late.
Like Steve mentioned, though, Kenny, he's still got to be busier to get the rounds. You know, he's landing good stuff when he's putting it out there, but he's just not active enough to get some of these rounds.
That's a break. Not a break, Johnny.
Of course, from scoring we've seen in fights gone past, you never know. And there have been some good shots by Vazquez, some of his best here in this round, trying to even things up.
To the spot, now you gotta go to the frame. You're missing out a split second. Because you're moving around, you're jumping on the field. You gotta settle down a little bit. We're just winning this fight. You have to get the rhythm, you know, get your rhythm going, everything's fine. But you can't be on the toes running like that. He's gonna close the space on you. Once you close the space, you're not gonna be ready for him. Alright, so you gotta be settled, especially on that right range, right? That mid-range, you gotta be settled. You can't be on your toes.
And a look, the upcoming Premier Boxing Champs next week will be in Virginia. Former champ Lamont Peterson against undefeated gold medalist Felix Diaz. And then on Halloween night, it'll be former champ Joe Alcine taking on Jermell Charlo. All that coming up, Premier Boxing Champions. And we return back to action here in Lowell in the red trucks. The 26-year-old from nearby Quincy, Ryan the Polish Prince Kielczewski taking on Rafael Vazquez. Round 5 scheduled for tonight. Steve Farhood, that last round, Vazquez got back into it. And another good exchange.
And that caught Kielczewski very hard, Kenny. That hurt him. I could see by the look in his face. That definitely shook him on that right hand. Good timing. We talked about that last round.
Kielczewski cannot be a stationary target. Although he's moving the outside, he's still there.
And Vazquez, a changed man the last round plus. Let's check in his corner with Paul.
You know Rafael as well as anybody. How does he look to you tonight?
He's looking good. I mean, he stepped up in weight. He's a fight at 122. He moved up at 126, 127 to make this fight. And we in the fight. The fight is closed right now. Rafi just got to cut the ring down. He's following him around the ring. And if you look, when he stepped over to the right, he's more effective.
You were moved in very close to him to talk to him after the last round. What was your message to him?
Get closer and start punching. He got to get his hands going a little more inside.
Thank you. Kenny?
All right, thanks, Paul. Norma Lorick there, who will participate in the '84 Olympics, representing Trinidad Tobago. As we get back here to the action, and his man Vazquez has adapted and now made some changes himself in these last 2 rounds, Ray.
When he's stepping up, he's putting more punches together. He's starting to land that left hook, which is a deadly punch.
Coming right back is Kielczewski. Vazquez said he's not conceding anything. BJ was telling us at the fighter meeting, I don't care if he is 11 years younger than me, I'm as hungry as anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you see the temperament in Vazquez. You see at times where we've been like, he's got to let his hands go more, he's got to do this more. And he's turning it on at certain points to still steal some rounds. He's got 2 rounds on Steve's card, and we're only in the 5th, so he's definitely still in the fight. And I think his corner gave him great advice, saying he's got to let his hands go more, because every time he does, he's very effective, Kenny.
And Vazquez, maybe he's 37 years old. He's a veteran. He knows the ring. He's waiting for that opportunity, but he has to go and get it.
Exactly right.
It won't happen.
Got to be careful waiting for the opportunity. You got to go out and create the opportunity sometimes. And my father always told me when I was young, don't sit there and wait for something to open up. You make something open up, and when the opportunity comes, you take it.
Kielczewski taking a little more advantage of getting some shots in here as well in this round. Maybe his best since going back to the 3rd. Final seconds, round 5. This one's scheduled for 10. Kielczewski and Vazquez. They are keeping it interesting here in Lowell. As we reach the halfway point in the fight. Wednesday night rivalry is on NBCSN. Defending Stanley Cup champ Blackhawks head to the city of brotherly love to take on the Flyers. The night you loved and hate begins Wednesday at 7 Eastern on NBCSN. I'll bet Bobby Orr might be watching. He knows about rivalries, and he's certainly enjoying the fights right now, setting with Mickey Ward. He had a few fights himself back in his day, the legend with the Bruins. You never had a fight on ice, did you, Ray? Or BJ? I don't think so.
I've never experienced that.
Don't think I want to experience that.
Back live, round 6 scheduled for 10. Ryan Kielczewski, 26-year-old from nearby Quincy. Rafael Vazquez, fighting in the colors of blue of autism awareness for his daughter, Kayleen. And we take a look at Steve Farhood scoring that last one. Kielczewski coming back, and of course Vazquez also with the socks as well to support his daughter and autism awareness. And Vazquez, you heard Paul talking about earlier, his wife Sandra still battling cancer. She has for the last couple of years. A lot going on in his life. He credits his faith and boxing for helping him get through it all.
You see Vazquez in this round, Kenny, really trying to open up more. He came out much quicker pace and, kind of stalking Kielczewski a lot more than he had in rounds previous. So I think he recognizes that this is the stage of the fight now where he wants to try to get, some really good work done.
Well, for sure, Vazquez has to really pick up the tempo and throw more punches. Try to cut that ring off, make it a smaller ring, and take advantage of the opportunity.
He's been effective when he's working the body weight.
Very much so.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Bank of America 500 that was postponed today will air on NBCSN tomorrow at noon. Coverage begins with Countdown to Green tomorrow at noon on NBCSN. And you hear the crowd behind Kielczewski.
dude's really fun to watch, Kenny. I mean, some of his combinations, they're very creative. And I haven't seen combinations like that in a while. You know, right uppercuts, right hooks to the body, left uppercuts. I mean, just very unique and very different combinations, and it's fun to watch. He's really got some nice hand speed.
And he executed punches properly. Nice shot, leverage, balance. He knows where he is at all times.
His only loss is to Danny Aquino, who we'll see coming up in the next fight. That was back in April. He came back to win after that. We asked him yesterday, he said it was very important to get another win under his belt. He did not like losing. Anyone who suffered their first loss will hang on to it as long as they can. He didn't want to stay around. The next month he picks up a win. And he's picking up momentum again here in the 6th.
The nose of Vazquez is a mess now. You see a lot of blood coming down from the nose. You know, a result of those nice short left uppercuts on the inside that Kielczewski was landing about a minute ago. And it's always nice to see the guy who's the non-puncher, Kielczewski, in this fight dig the body like he has, and well, he's busting up the bigger guy.
Vazquez is going for broke now. He's just laying punches out here.
Vazquez, Kielczewski laying it out. Ryan Kielczewski. All but 4 of his fights have been in New England, and the crowd loves it. One of his strongest rounds. He puts on a flurry of punches here. Kielczewski back in control.
It's important to get it all back. Hey, listen.
Some very impressive combination punching in the last round. Here you see Vazquez landing a nice overhand right against Kielczewski. And then here in the corner you see Kielczewski digging that left hook into the body. Nice counter.
Vazquez, as he starts round 7, has been past the 8th round only once. He did go 8 full rounds back in May. The only other time he has gone that far, he went 9 rounds 2 years ago and won that fight with a knockout.
That barrage of punches thrown by Kielczewski, I mean, it demonstrates that he's a very conditioned fighter. And that could be an advantage in the later rounds.
As much as Vazquez wants to downplay the 11-year age gap, maybe that is becoming more of a factor with Kielczewski, the younger fighter here.
Well, it's very impressive with Vazquez. I mean, the fact that he is 37 years of age and still hanging there.
He's trying to dig into the body of Kielczewski. And now goes up top with a couple of nice double up on the left.
And you see he's heavy-handed, Kenny. Whenever he hits Kielczewski, he physically moves the body of him. And when Kielczewski lands, he can't move Vazquez as well. So very heavy-handed, and that double left hook has been very effective throughout the fight, and especially in this round, Kenny.
As it was just then, BJ, Vazquez. Okay, maybe it's not going to be a factor, that 11-year age gap after all.
And I don't feel like the age is too much of a factor. I think he's preserved. He's only got, what, he's 16 and 1, so he doesn't have a lot of mileage on him. And you can tell by the way he fights that he doesn't take a whole lot of punches, but he's just kind of preserving himself to try to pick his spots whenever he feels like Kielczewski's going to fade, I believe.
Well, this is what Kielczewski said he was going to do. Stay in the center of the ring. He has to continue to do this. Good shots. Beautiful shots. Body shots.
And I like after Kielczewski digs in those nice body shots, he finishes back up top to take advantage of Vazquez's hands lower to protect himself from the body.
But Vazquez is landing some big shots too. Good right hand.
Oh, that was a nice right by Kielczewski.
I mean, both these fighters throw some great combinations.
And Vazquez fighting right back.
You got a real fight breaking out here in round 7, guys, and I get the feeling that the last 3 rounds are going to be better than the first 7. You can just tell how it's playing out. Both guys know they need these last 3 rounds, and Vazquez really got heavy hands.
Kielczewski trying to give him a little more movement here as well in this 7th round, Ray.
I'm noticing Kielczewski, he's dropping his hand sometimes. Again, the right hand. The perfect left hook from Vazquez.
Now, this kind of movement caused a problem for Vazquez in the second and third rounds, but he has figured it out, it would appear here. Not wasting too much motion, although he misses with that right.
Kielczewski's still making him miss, though, a lot, Kenny. He's just got to make sure he makes him pay when he makes him miss. So he's done that at times, but you got to be careful when you're fighting a big puncher to always counter every time. So,
and Vazquez trying to cut down the ring. He does, and he lands a couple of nice combinations. As the round comes to an end in Lowell, Massachusetts, of course, we know who's here. Irish Mickey Ward. And there is his gym, and he is here in the auditorium, and he is with Paul.
Kenny, thank you very much. Mickey, I heard all kinds of talk this week that Lowell, your hometown here, is a great boxing town. Why is that?
You know, it's a lot of time. It's been a great boxing town since even way before I was a kid. I mean, you had Rocky Marciano, you had Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard that's a ringside here. It's a great boxing town, and it's been that way for years, so I really don't know why it is, but it's just a great mill city, you know.
And one of these boxers here tonight, Ryan Kielczewski, is somebody you've known for a long time. Tell us about your familiarity with him.
Well, I've known Ryan since he was a kid fighting. He fought the Golden Gloves. He's won the Golden Gloves numerous times, like a national finalist or national champ or so. So I've known Ryan since he was a young kid coming out.
What's the number one piece of advice you'd give him right now if you could talk to him?
Right now is just stay focused. Don't get careless 1 second. This kid's still dangerous, very dangerous. So keep your head there. Keep staying in. Be mentally strong.
Hey, Mickey, it's great to spend time with you here in Lowell. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks so much.
All right, Kenny.
All right, thanks, Paul. As we start round 8, this one is scheduled for 10. And Mickey Ward, he looks great. He come over to say hello to you.
Oh, yes. Super nice guy.
He doesn't resemble Mark Wahlberg at all, but I tell you, the guy that played Sugar Ray Leonard in The Fighter looks just like him.
And I got to call Mickey Ward out for a second, Kenny. He's one of my favorite fighters. I absolutely love the guy. And what he said, the advice he would give to Kielczewski is to stay focused. I think Mickey Ward, what he would have said was dig that hook to the body, because that was his favorite punch, and he sure did it nicely, Ray.
It was a thing of beauty. No question about that.
And in round 8, scheduled for 10, Kielczewski has never gone past the 8th round. Vazquez, back in May, went 8 rounds and won, and has only been past 8 one other time.
Good body punching by Vazquez on the inside.
And we're talking about Mickey Ward and talking about all the history, and look at who has fought in this arena. Hagler, Marciano, Pryor, Spinks, Tyson, and of course, our own beloved Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, this is like a museum, and this is a heck of a fight put on here by Kielczewski right now.
Kielczewski's got Vazquez in a little trouble here, Kenny. He hit him with some of those hard shots.
Look at the number of shots, the variation of these punches, the combinations under and over. And I mean, serious combinations.
Beautiful combinations, Ray. Especially to show these types of combinations in the 8th round. Look at him, he's talking to him there.
He is a fired-up young man, Kielczewski, trying to end it here in the 8th round, and he is giving all kinds of fits to Vazquez.
And this is a nice little moment for Kielczewski, because Vazquez was having some nice moments in the last couple rounds, and really wasn't sure who was going to take momentum of the fight, but Kielczewski in this 8th round has really punished Vazquez, and I think hurt him, and I think that could change the way these last 2 rounds play out.
And Kielczewski is really placing his shot. I mean, to the body, he goes to the head, and everything is pretty clean. Vazquez is holding his own also.
I like those short left uppercuts and those left hooks to the body by Kielczewski. He's really making those shots pay and getting a lot of bang for his buck.
And here comes Vazquez trying to get back.
Both guys are throwing tremendous shots to the body. I can't say it enough times.
And a packed house here appreciating both men. They're cheering for Kielczewski, but they appreciate the remarkable recovery time of Vazquez. In just a few seconds, he's right back up.
Look at the power, look at the leverage of these punches, the way they're executed.
And Vazquez is still hanging in there, though. He's still trying to come forward and hit his own shots. He's one tough sucker, that guy.
And as you said, PJ, he's got those heavy hands, so you never know.
There seems to be a slight cut of the left eye.
It looks like that. A little redness on the left side of Kielczewski's face. This entertaining round is coming to an end. Kielczewski looking in control early. Vazquez coming right back. Ryan Kielczewski from nearby Quincy with another strong round against Rafael Vazquez.
Come on. You can do this, Robbie. You just got to get closer. Let your foot in and go. Okay? You got it? You're still in this fight. It's your money. You got it. Okay? Come on, Hope. You got to get in there. You got to go for it. A knockout is better because you got to get in there. All right? Come on.
See some great combinations from Kielczewski in that last round. Even more impressive, Ray. In the 8th round, normally a fighter gets to this stage, he's a little arm weary. But Kielczewski was able to put on a very impressive display, land a lot of good punches. Vazquez still had some moments, and then we see where the cut actually happened. Could have been from a clash of heads, not exactly sure if it was a punch or a clash of heads that caused that. Looked like a clean punch.
There you see the doctor taking a look at that left eye of Ryan Kielczewski. He's cleared. Here we go, round 9 in new territory. Kielczewski has never been past 8 rounds until now. Vazquez has fought into the 9th round and won 2 years ago with a knockout in that round. Okay, Steve Smoger, Hall of Fame ref. What are the doctors looking at? What will they be looking at now on that cut?
First of all, the cut was as a result of a legal punch. It doesn't look too serious, and there's no jeopardy of this bout being stopped in the next 2 rounds.
All right, thank you, Steve. Vazquez now coming back on his own. Good lefts again. And Vazquez again wasn't he supposed to be out of this fight in the last round? Look at Vazquez.
It appeared to be that way, but there is such determination in Vazquez. I mean,
look at the landed punches in the last round. Kielczewski landing 53. Vazquez coming back late for those 16. But Kielczewski throwing over 100 punches that last round, but Vazquez matching it here.
Vazquez is fighting like a professional, like a veteran. He's taking his time. He sees an opportunity. He sees the cut. He's motivated.
Yeah, Ray Vazquez having a real good round here in round 9, but he's still got to be careful. You know, he's down on my scorecard, not to be too patient like he's being right now. He's only got 2 rounds, and on my scorecard, if he wants to win this fight, he's got to get both of them at least to make it close.
Vazquez making his own kind of statement here.
This is a very good fight, a fight with 2 evenly matched fighters. Both guys, got a lot of potential, but both guys are going to be a lot better after this fight, Ray.
But look how Vazquez is setting up the right hand.
And look at the redness on the left side of Kielczewski.
Vazquez can set up the right hand a little better, Ray. He can step to his right. You know, Kielczewski's got that left hand nice and low. He's moving right to the side of right to the right side of Vazquez. So Vazquez can take that little step over and shoot that right hand and set it up even better.
That left side is looking worse right now. Blood trickling down the side of his cheeks and redness all around on the left eye of Kielczewski.
And if you're in the corner of Kielczewski, you want to remind your fighter, hey, we're winning the fight, but don't get careless here. We don't want to take any big unnecessary punches because we don't need to give control over this guy because he's too heavy-handed.
And Vazquez slides in another nice right.
Good point. He should stay away at this point here and use his jab a lot more. Stay outside.
Yeah, just make sure he's not sitting in front of a heavy-handed guy like Vazquez, even in the 9th round, 10th round, anything can happen. So keep that jab out, keep boxing, set those combinations, but make sure you start with your left hand. Good work from Vazquez.
Vazquez punching all the way to the bow. Seconds ticking down, and now both men going to the 10th round for the first time in their careers. What a start here. And coming up next, Jonathan Guzman is undefeated, 19-0, all 19 by way of knockout. Danny Aquino, a man who defeated Kielczewski, is here as well. He says he's a slugger. That's what he told us yesterday. He's I'm ready to throw some punches.
Last round, champ. Yeah. Okay? Yeah, I'm good. Nice job. Yeah. Come on. Take a deep breath. Suck it up. Suck it up. Come on. 3 times.
According to Steve Smoger, the cut over the left eye of Ryan Kielczewski is under control. There'll be no stoppage for that. There you look at Rafael Vazquez. So welt under his left eye. And here's why. These two guys have been going at it from the start.
And you see that right eye, or that left eye of Kielczewski just kind of open up a little more after that right hand by Vazquez.
One more look for assurance. And here they go. Kielczewski from nearby Quincy, acknowledging the crowd and the respect he has for his opponent, Vazquez. This is at the final round. Neither man has been in a 10-round fight before.
And again, this is when Kielczewski should be outside, should box. He's taking too much of a chance inside. But then again, he's a fighter. He wants to showcase his talent.
And he is standing toe-to-toe right now with Vazquez.
Nice right hand by Vazquez on the inside. Short shot by him. And a lot of good leverage on that punch. I mean, we've seen Vazquez as a puncher, but, you know, he's just taken too many rounds off. But when he's decided to fight, Ray, he's been very effective.
Oh, good execution of punches. Double left hook.
And I love that combination, and being that we're in the city of Lowell, you know, you got to pay honor to Mickey Ward. He had the greatest left hook to the head body combination. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love watching him do that punch and practice it at the gym at nighttime because I was always so impressed with how Mickey did shot that shot, and very, very effective. Started with the head, then dug it down with the body, and he bent so many guys over. He dropped a lot of guys with that punch right.
Mickey Ward was the best.
Look at this. Punches thrown through the fight so far, over 1,000 between them. Kielczewski with over 600. And Vazquez with a big round that last round. Still landing more is Kielczewski in this fight, Steve. This is a close one all the way. People over at Steve Farhood's scorecard. Remember, both fighters are in the 10th round for the first time in their career.
The one thing you got to remember, Kenny, Kielczewski doesn't have a lot of knockouts, so he's used to going 8. Even though he hasn't gone 10, he's went 8 a lot of times. So I would think he would be more comfortable, in these later rounds because Vazquez, the majority of his fights have ended in knockouts, so he doesn't get those rounds like Kielczewski's used to.
Remember, Vazquez did have a 9th-round knockout, like you say, BJ. He has those heavy hands, and you don't know, although there's just over a minute to see.
But going 8 rounds that many times, it gives you experience, it gives you confidence, and we're seeing that confidence in Kielczewski in these last couple rounds.
Good right hand. I think he's hurt.
He is. Vazquez moving in.
Tie his man up now. Now he should box.
Kind with a great left hook, and if you're in the corner of Vazquez, you got to tell your guy, go for broke here. Dig that body and finish up top. All punches with bad intentions.
Kielczewski is really hurt. He was really hurt by that combination.
Kielczewski quickly holding on.
He's doing the right thing.
Trying to squeeze 30 more seconds out of this fight and put it in the hands of the judges.
If I'm in the corner of Kielczewski, I'm going to tell him, hey, move to your left. Go away from the left hook of Vazquez because that's the punch that's really been hurting you this round.
And Vazquez trying to go for it all here in the final 15 seconds. Not leaving it to chance. Ticking up. 7, 6, 5. Kielczewski and Vazquez. What a way to start the night.
Nice fight, boy. Wow. Great fight.
Terrific performances from the 26-year-old Kielczewski and the 37-year-old Vazquez. And the respect from both. The man from the Boston area, Kielczewski, the man from Queens, New York, Vazquez. Vazquez has been able to come back every time Kielczewski seemed to have his number, and he did again here in the 10th round. One more look at it. Vazquez appeared to have shattered and shaken Kielczewski a bit, but Kielczewski was coming right back. It's in the hand of the judges now. How will they decide? Will Kielczewski win for the 24th time, or Vazquez the 17th?
We'll do it ahead of time.
Tough hombre.
Brooklyn, baby. I did my best. I've been through hell and back. 6-year clean, hernia addiction. Milligram. PIM. P38 December, bro. God bless. All through God willing.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Kevin Hope, has the contest 96-94, and judges Dan Fitzgerald and John Matwitz are in the coordinates 97-93, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Ryan, the Polish Prince, Kielczewski.
Ryan Kielczewski, his second straight win. He goes to 24-1. Rafael Vazquez, his second career loss, his first since September of 2012. And what a show these two guys put on tonight. And we take a